Hello everyone, welcome to Highly Intelligent. I'm your host, Jared Martin, and today I'm joined by a very, very special guest, to Lindsey Thomson.
I'm so glad to be here,
Yes.
brother. This
Welcome.
is take 2, and I'm stoked. I'm
Yeah.
even more excited than last time. So
We tried to do this show once before. It didn't turn out too well. The mixer was not recording the audio. I forgot the batteries and the SD card. Didn't go well. But
Sorry.
we got it now. We got 2 angles. We have a third one, but that's not necessary for this podcast right
we got
now.
a beautiful snow day. I don't know if
Yeah.
y'all can see it, but it's pretty out.
Yeah, it delayed our transportation over here for sure.
It's
It was-
alright.
It's not bad. It's not
working
bad.
alright.
I
Dude,
mean,
it's really good to be back. Like genuinely, it's really fun. I'm glad you do this for people. Yeah.
welcome back to the show. So, for those who don't know you, what do you do?
So I'm a musician primarily. I have a solo project, and then I also have a band, local band here called WAFUMBA. My solo project's Lindsey Thomson. I'm on Spotify and stuff. I like to shoot videos and just make music in general. It's kind of my thing.
Solid. So, you want to talk about WAFUMBA first?
Okay, so WAFUMBA's been in the works for 2.5 years or so. I actually started up. It was before my solo project, actually. It was just some friends here at Binghamton, and I don't know, it's been really fun. We started off with covers, and we've done a lot of originals since, and I don't know, the boys took a little bit of a hiatus. They're seniors now, so they got a lot of, like, pressure to do well in school. I have a buddy who's studying for MCATs, and that's really, like, you got to dedicate yourself to the medical field. So it's slowed down a little bit, but we're still interested. We're hoping to play some shows, and we have a project actually in the works, an album, and it's in the process of getting mixed and everything. But I'm very happy about it, and I really do like releasing music because it's kind of like a time capsule, and I'm really excited for this album to come out because I know I'll look back on it fondly and think about the memories and the friends and stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah.
So how did WAFUMBA get started? Like,
So it was, we have a mutual friend named Adrian Finney. I went to a school in Dryden, upstate New York, near Ithaca. And I actually, it's a small town. So when you meet like artists or people that have shared interests, it's like kind of a big deal. Because I know in Ithaca, they got so many students. But I met Adrian. And he actually came down here during the pandemic and was taking classes at BU. And I actually came down to Binghamton to cut hair. There's a school in Vestal called the New School of Hair. And I was like, oh, I'll hang out with Adrian. And Adrian's roommates were actually the members of WAFUMBA, John Burns and Peter Stravides. And it's been killer. It really has been. We've gained members. We've lost members. Kind of that thing, People have schedules. They get busy and stuff. But yeah. So right now it's me, Peter, Lou, and John. So a 4-piece. Yeah.
so what kind of music does WAFUMBA make?
So it's actually really fun. So I always kind of like indie, kind of soft, like soft rock. I'm a big Beatles head. I like Mackie Marco and stuff like that. But my John, who's like kind of the co-writer, we honestly have very similar writing roles. We've probably written just about the same amount of songs for the project. He's really into Primus. I don't know if do you know Primus and Les Claypool or?
I'm not familiar.
It's okay. So Primus is a really cool kind of, I don't even know what you'd really call it. People say it's like funk metal. There's a guy named Les Claypool and he plays slap bass, but he plays not like it's funky, but it's kind of off kilter and kind of, it's kind of stinky and kind of weird. Maybe I'll play some when we're off air, but John kind of likes that off kilter, very rhythmic slap bass. So it's kind of like an amalgamation of those two styles. Some songs are heavier, some songs are softer, some songs are more serious, some songs are just ridiculous and goofy and just all over the place. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So, the name WAFUMBA. You want to spell that for
Okay.
those?
Here goes dyslexic spelling. Let's hope this works out.
spelling the WAFUMBA.
WAFUMBA. Is actually funny. At one of our first shows, I was spelling it out, and for some reason, I thought the last letters were NBA, and I was like the basketball organization. I know, it's like there's no N in WAFUMBA, but we were just starting up as a band, and we were playing Irish Kevin's in Binghamton, which is a bar. and we didn't have a name, and there was some old geezer, and I don't really know the context, but we were saying like, oh, we don't have a name, we're the band. Oh, what did I say? Our band's called Liam, John, and Peter, or something just god awful, like just dad joke that's not funny. And there's some old man that was like, you should be the WAFUMBA Rangers, and we were like,
The WAFUMBA Rangers.
And I wanted to go with the WAFUMBA Rangers, but that sounds like a little kid TV show.
Yeah.
And they're like, let's drop the Rangers, but
It's
I don't
like,
really.
it's like Deadpool when he was like Captain Deadpool.
Captain Deadpool? Nah, you just gotta go with
Deadpool.
Well,
Have you seen Deadpool?
I have. I've seen the first one, and I've seen the second one. I haven't seen the third one. I would.
I haven't seen the third one either. I actually didn't know there was a third Deadpool.
It's just coming out. It really is. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is that which studio does that one? Because it's. I know Deadpool's a Marvel property.
Is Marvel, or well, Deadpool is Marvel, but they don't like that. He's not PG enough for the Avengers.
Yeah, because Disney does like the Avengers, and then Spider-Man's owned by Sony, and then is Deadpool owned by Fox?
They're the same. I think it's still Marvel
because
it's like this X-Men, but the X-Men are really associated with the Avengers.
Yeah. I think it's different companies, but yeah, it's still pretty cool. I don't know.
WAFUMBA.
Yeah.
What kind of cover songs did you play?
Oh, back in the day.
Yeah.
So we used to start off with Chili Peppers, which is pretty fun.
Okay.
We had a Chili Peppers tune. We used to do I Will Survive. First I was afraid, I was petrified. And I wanted to sound like the original, but my voice isn't as good, so we sounded like Cake. Have you heard the Cake version?
I don't think I have heard the Cake version.
We sounded like Cake. What else? There's this old country song called Amos Moses. It's about hunting alligators and stuff. We used to play that one. There was a song called Big Jim by Ween. I don't know, you scream Big Jim a lot. It's a pretty good tune.
So what was the transition like from doing cover songs to performing your own songs?
So I'm trying to think exactly what it was, but what made us inspired. We started with a song called A Hold, which was very much just like an indie pop song. It was very simple. I think John had some pretty cool chords, and then I started singing over it, and it was a pretty good tune. That one's not on the record. Yeah.
Dang.
It's an older song, and it kind of drags. I think we got better at writing songs later.
Okay.
Probably our most famous tune at this point is The Lego Man. I am through and through like a Lego fan, like big time. Like it's always been.
You were telling me about your minifigure painting.
Do
you personally paint a minifigure?
Yeah, so I there's like this whole Lego subculture. Little context for some people. This has just become so normal to me because I've been doing this since I was like 12 or whatever. But there's like Lego. It will only do certain like themes or licensed brands because they have certain policies, like they don't want violence or drug use or anything like M-rated essentially or R-rated. So there's a large community of people that actually paint minifigures either to make them more accurate or do licenses that couldn't exist, don't exist. So one of the things was I would paint Breaking Bad figures, Walking Dead figures. A lot of these were inspired by people that are really, really good. So I can't take credit like it was super original or anything, but sitting there with the paintbrush, like painting on Walter White's glasses like 100 times because they're always uneven and you got to scrape them off. But yeah, so I'm through and through a big Lego fan, and we made like a punk song about like being a Lego person and like and it's like angsty as hell. I think I don't know, it's just gotta I love it. It's such a great tune. Yeah. That's kind of gonna be like the single of the album, kind of like pushing everything forward. But we got some good tunes. I'm really excited to release a song called Hide. I think everybody really likes that tune. It's a much softer song, and I used to live in university housing, and I really hated it there, and it was just kind of about like me just hating where I lived and just being like fucked up and depressed. And
dude, I feel
it's a soft boy song, but
that's where the best inspiration comes from, though. Like I feel like when I write my most meaningful lyrics that I've written, they're always about hate and work.
Yeah.
How much work sucks.
It's so honest and it's so relatable.
Yeah. Like, why do I gotta pay rent, man? I'm trying to not trying to feed the machine.
So how long have you been doing songwriting yourself?
I wouldn't call myself a songwriter.
Yeah.
I've dabbled. Probably like, I don't know, the diss tracks were for the original
Dude,
ones.
So killer. It's just such a start. It seems silly, but it's such a good way to start.
Yeah, one day there was this other kid that also had a YouTube channel, and I was in 8th grade, and he was in 7th grade. And I was like, this kid says bad words on his YouTube channel, and I'm family friendly.
Oh.
So I wrote a diss track about how he says bad words.
And you were family friendly in the diss track?
Yeah. And that shit blew up, dude. It was crazy. And
were people like dapping you up at school like, yo, that was some tough, shit.
But it didn't blow up in the way I expected. People were like, oh, you write diss tracks? Why don't you write diss tracks about this guy or this guy?
Was this under the Shablambo name?
Yes.
Killer.
So this one kid comes to our school. His name he called himself King 9.
K9? Like
K9, but like King 9.
King 9, okay.
Yeah. So he gets to the school, and he is from Elmira. He lived in the city. He moves out to this little small Spencer town, and he's not the same vibe at all. So he's an easy target. So I wrote a diss track about this man.
Easy target. He's an easy target. He stuck out like a sore thumb, the new kid, so he was an easy target.
The cred I got from this was unreal, dude. Everyone had some sort of beef with this kid, right?
Oh, because he was rubbing people the wrong way.
Yeah,
okay, so it wasn't just like he was an outcast, he was like kind of a jerk.
Yeah. And I wrote this diss track about him. I'm not sure how he is now, so...
You could have straightened up.
Austin Cogswell, if you're out there watching this...
The name drop.
No hard feelings, man.
You can decline the request, but is there a certain bar from that where you're just like, that's the hardest bar that you can share with us right now, or is that too much?
The chorus was Queen 9, that's who you are. You were never a king, you were just falling apart.
Hey.
Queen 9. Yeah, you know. That's the chorus. I haven't thought about that in so long.
Dude, that's killer.
But pretty much that blew up, and then that got a whole bunch of people watching. Like we had this period between 7th and 8th period. It was called advisory. It was like 20 minutes where every kid in the school went to like a specific teacher. It was so that students could get to know each other from like different grade levels, and freshman wasn't scared of a senior or whatever. Mm-hmm. So basically, in advisory, I was walking around the halls, and everyone's just kind of like, it's a free period, do your homework, whatever. Every classroom I walked by was playing this diss track, dude. It was insane, bro. Every single one. I did not know what to do. And then it started a bad spiral of me making another diss track.
You just kept feeding the machine.
Yeah,
you were just like, I'm on top of the world.
Yeah,
like,
and it just, I rode the wave too long.
Until
the diss tracks started declining in quality. They were not great.
Oh, that's okay.
It's alright.
We were talking about the umbrella man. You gotta cap off your seasons, you know what I mean? You gotta want them leaving more.
There was this one diss track though. Verve behind the camera over here actually produced it. It was the Dagada diss track. Shit was so fire. I don't give a shit what anyone says. Maybe it was the beat and the mixing, but that's all you need to make a fire diss track.
My god. Well, bars too.
I made the K9 diss track and Movie Maker.
In Movie Maker, dude, one of the greatest producing music productions.
I had my school laptop, right? Sitting in a dugout outside, like at a baseball field. And I had my phone set up playing a beat, right? A free beat that I found on YouTube. It was playing the beat. And I hit record on the laptop. And I'd wait for my time to come in. And I took like
one take,
dude,
one channel,
one chance to do the whole thing.
And you're just praying the levels are right? You're like, I hope the beat's loud.
And then afterwards, I'd listen to it and I'd be like, fuck, I fucked up that one part. And then I'd go back through and I'd do the whole thing again because I knew nothing about music production.
But that's so great.
Yeah.
That's so great. And I bet by the end of it, you're like, I know every freaking word.
Yeah, I got it memorized now.
Oh my god. And you could just whip that out.
Yeah.
That is so...
That was also part of the reason they declined in quality, because I just started caring less about redoing it 1,000 times.
Oh. So you even got to do
Yeah.
100 takes with the ironic
Yeah,
stuff. You
yeah,
got to.
definitely.
Oh, that's okay. What was the stellar beat like? The Matt beat.
I'm trying to think of how it went. I can only think of cheese curds right now.
That's a song. That's a song that he's not just thinking about food right now.
Don't worry about that. That is not going to be linked in the description.
Yeah.
So, moving on to your solo artistry.
Oh yeah, Lindsey Thomson. Yeah.
What you want to talk about that?
Heck yeah. So I released an album called Pilot nearly about a year ago. It's on Spotify. It was fully self-produced. All the instrumentation was done by me. I just did like layering. So I'd like lay a guitar track, then do a bass track, then drum track, vocals, harmonies, stuff like that. It was something, I don't know. I had a buddy that kind of taught me about like how to do all that stuff, and you know, doing it all yourself and trying to learn different instruments. And it's really fun. It's really rewarding. And you know, it is a bit of a challenge because you will sit there and play the same part and screw it up and have to do it over and over again. But yeah, I'm gonna try to. When does this come out? And
This is gonna be out not this Friday, but the next Friday.
oh, okay, great. So I'm actually working with Leah, who's somebody that did some shooting some video for me. She did the Lizard Man video, if you can remember. I'm releasing a single called I Thought I Scared You Off. I'm gonna try to get it out before the end of January, maybe on my birthday. And it's a real downer, but I just want to keep the momentum going. I'm noticing the people that I look up to that are like kind of in our age bracket, in our area, they really focus on releasing singles and keeping stuff forward and keep moving, you know what I mean? And it's really easy as an artist to get like stuck and really stuck on a song, and I'm just going to try to keep things moving forwards and keep making art, keep making singles, and just, you know, try to get that negative voice out of my head that's like, like just be like, keep it moving forwards, keep making stuff. And just
That's
kind
how
of
you get better. If you don't release anything, then you're gonna be hung up on the same progress level that you're at.
exactly,
And you can't start fresh
and
on
then you get
something else.
And also, it's a progression thing, and I'm also like kind of coming to the terms that I'm still like learning, and I'm learning as a songwriter, I'm learning as a musician, I'm learning production, all this stuff, and all that stuff is progressing, and it's gonna take time to get to the level. Sorry, burpee. It's gonna take a while, like, to be really proficient at everything that I want to be proficient in, but I'm okay with that. I think it's like a journey, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It really is.
Anything worthwhile is gonna take a long time and be really hard.
Yeah, and it's like I said, I really like releasing music because it feels like a time capsule of like a moment in time of like feelings. Like I listen back to some of my songs on that album, and it just captures a certain feeling of what I was doing, what kind of people I was seeing, maybe some of the hardships I was going through at the time, and it's just kind of like a sweet, like looking at an old photograph or whatever. So
yeah, definitely.
yeah, but I'll play you the tune if you want. I don't know when's a good time to do it, but it's a total downer. It's maybe one of the most depressing songs I've ever made, but
yeah, we can play the tune.
yeah. And yeah, like I said, Leah, who shot the Lizard Man music video, she shot this with me, and we were having so much fun. And it was too funny because I was like, let me wear a bandana because I don't want people seeing my silly facial expressions. And I'm so glad I did, because I was laughing the whole time, like hysterically laughing. And like I said, this is probably the most depressing song I've ever made. So I'm glad I was wearing the mask. Oh, it's so funny. I want to show you what one of the ideas for the music video was. I was just in work, and sometimes I just go with whatever idea that pops into my head first. And I made these like praying mantis arms. And so like the whole video, I have these giant praying mantis arms. We got a couple wardrobe changes. I don't know if this... I haven't edited the video with her, and like part of me is like, I could either make this the most ridiculous video or like the most depressing video. It just depends on what footage we use.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel like a super sad song with like a funny video on top of it could like
lighten up the feel.
Yeah.
Oh, the snow angels, that's fire.
And if you're trying to get in your feels, you don't gotta watch the video. You can just listen to the song.
And also, like, I also really like sometimes making art. You gotta kind of grind it out, but also I want to have fun. I want it to be rewarding in some sense, whether it's fun or emotionally gratifying or whatever, or just cathartic or whatever. I want it to have that, and I'd much rather have a video that I'm like think's really funny or entertaining than one that I think's bland and fits the tone of the song better. So
yeah,
I think we'll probably go the more fun route. I want people to remember, like,
yeah,
oh, that was silly, that was fun, you know what I mean? Even if it's a downer, but
you're putting your videography skills into your music production as well.
Yeah,
which is you're double timing it, and a lot of people can't really have that level of production on their own.
Well, I just gotta thank Leah because she really makes things so much better. She's just
definitely.
She's great. She's really, really great, and she's the kind of person that you say, "Hey, can you do this now?" and she'll show up on time and do a great job. And I have nothing but good things to say about her. So
I could really feel the emotion behind that.
Yeah, if there's some vocals on there that are really raw. I was like fighting back the tears when I was singing it, and you're like, your voice starts kind of get like kind of fucked up and strained a little bit.
That was beautiful.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that.
The strings, were they live?
Yeah,
or?
That was my buddy Adrian. So the kind of the origin of that, how that whole song came together, was this kind of 4-chord piano thing that I was figuring out, and it kind of led to this melody because I was playing little accents with my fingers. Wait, I think I'm singing the right part, but basically I played this little melody on the piano, and then I was like, for the vibe I wanted to go for, I was like, cello and violin could really enhance this, and that's where Adrian really carried so much of the weight of the song and really just transformed it into something better than I could have done myself. And he just killed it.
So was everything there recorded live?
Yeah, everything there was recorded in the layering process I was talking about. So like backing tracks and then building upon that.
Okay.
So like starting with maybe, I think it was just piano, and then doing the bass notes for piano, and then doing vocals, and then
was that just a single mic behind that, or did you have like?
No, it was, it was just it was literally, I think it was made on my iPad.
Oh wow,
yeah,
that's not bad for an iPad.
I want to move on to the Ableton gang. Everybody's been saying such great things, but right now, like I said, I'm just trying to be where I'm at and just keep things moving.
There's a different vibe to the rawness as well,
yeah. And then it honestly kind of pairs well because that song's so dramatic and
yeah. I think it worked. Worked out great.
Thank you.
And then on top of that, I can see where a comedic video could
would
really
lighten
benefit.
it up. A little what is it? Sugar with a spoonful of sugar.
But you should also put something in the video. I don't know if it's been passed.
Yeah.
It would be cool to see a moment that would actually make you feel something, like in the story of the video.
Well, I got some shots, so it was freezing out. It was super dark. The whole idea is that it's actually going to be in black and white because it's a depressing song. Why not, right? I got some of these shots downtown Binghamton that I'm just stupid proud of. Like, here, let me show you what I want the opening to be. Was this it? Yeah, this is it, right? I think that and the combination of like those piano chords would just be pretty tough.
Yeah.
But then we also got the crazy. You got to remember, there's me being like a Scorpion man, so we'll balance it out.
Yeah.
But I got some like shots that I just think are like just really really moody. Oh, look at this. Oh, sorry. Look at that.
Damn.
Yeah. So well.
Yeah.
But I totally agree. I think you gotta like show yourself having fun, and especially something that heavy. It's like, holy shit, this one's a downer.
So, when did you start making your own music?
Just in general. So, it was I was 16 and I was learning a bunch of songs. I had a girlfriend and I wanted to be like chivalrous and like play and sing for her. So,
dude, don't worry. I wrote a song one time for a girl. You're not alone.
Okay, I've written a couple songs for girls over the course of my life, but That's kind of where it started. And then making my own tunes was probably about 16, 17. And there's some songs off my record that I wrote when I was 16, 17. I recorded them when I was like 19 and switched things up, added different parts to it and stuff. But Falling Backwards, I wrote when I was 16. Hicktown, I wrote when I was like 16. So
Solid.
yeah, well, bits and pieces, but
Yeah, definitely. So what are you currently focusing on in terms of musicality?
So I'm actually interested in trying some different things. So with my first record, I primarily was playing a lot of guitar, bass, and I'm trying to expand into other instruments. Like that song I just played for you, primarily piano driven. There wasn't anything like that on my first album. I find piano very exciting because there's just different things you can do with it compared to guitar. Like there's this thing where you can play a chord and then you can play a different bass note and you get this kind of cool sound to it. I don't need to get too nerdy about it, but there's just different options. And when you have different options, you have different ways to be creative. So
Definitely. Yeah.
yeah, and then also I'm gonna, what you can see from me is I'm gonna actually play around with different sounds. I think I'm gonna try to expand some of the sounds I've been working with. And one of the things is I actually have another tune that I'm gonna release pretty soon. We can hear that if you want. It's a completely different vibe, but it's more like alt rock kind of sounds more like the Binghamton scene to me than my other album.
So what's the most experimental you've gotten when it comes to
Just a song
to
in
a
general,
song, yeah.
released or unreleased?
Either or, man.
Okay, because unreleased is like, oh, just completely unlistenable. Like this shouldn't be a song. And then on the record, my first record that's out, there are some times where I did some weird stuff in terms of like song structure, where it's very normal to have like verse, chorus, or throw a bridge in there or whatever. I had some songs towards the B section, like Pretend or whatever. They had really weird kind of loose structures where it kind of changes, and I don't know. It's just, I have some songs on that record that are really like not structured very much, which is a little different. And then I just have songs that have like weird instrumentation. Like I have a song called This Song on the record, and the beginning's like this weird like rock and roll riff, and then the chorus is bossa nova, like you know that Latin elevator.
Yeah.
That's one of the weird songs on the record, but it's like, I'm singing this song, and then there's like, bum, 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 like, that one's fun. Oh yeah, I'm playing live. I have two buddies who are doing Lindsey Thomson live, and they're so great. They elevate me. They make me sound so much better. Like they really do.
Where do you play live at?
I've been doing a couple venues here and there. We're hoping to do some more in the semester. We've only really done one basement show, but I got this killer drummer. He does these really cool hi-hat patterns. And then I got Levi. I don't know if anybody knows Levi, but he's really cool. He's my bass player. And it was so sweet. He kind of like made me love my music even more because we hung out in the beginning of last semester and he's like, I learned all your songs on bass. I'm like, how the heck you sat down and learned all the it's like, you know more, he knows more about my songs than I do. And like we sat down there and relearned all the guitar parts, and it was so cool because he's like, oh, I hear this chord, and I go, I would never play that chord, because and then I'd figure it out. And then there was times where the exact opposite would happen. I'd play something and be like, it's probably this. And he's like, that is not on the record. And it's just cool to like relearn my album because took a couple of years to record, so you forget stuff. But we played the whole album front to back. That's what we did. Every song. And it was so cool. It was so cool just to have like drums and really solid bass. And it's only like a 30-minute project. So it's like, it's a good set length. Like,
yeah, but it's like a culmination of years of work just like put together.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah.
Holy,
a lot of people don't realize what it takes to actually put on like a performance. Like there's some work
definitely
behind that.
stuff. Yeah, and you get all, it's like actually doing the thing, and then all the little logistic things of like having the right wires and making sure everybody's got rides, and that's the stuff I don't love. I love the music part of it, but worrying about like, oh, is this gonna sound like, is the amps gonna be loud enough for here or whatever? That stuff,
gotta get a sound engineer.
It'd be so cool if I could have somebody that posts on social media for me and did all my sound shit. I would be like stoked. I don't like posting on social media that much, but it's like something you gotta get accustomed to.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely had ups and downs when it comes to posting. Like, there've been times where I'm just like not thinking about content at all, and I'm more focused on like beatboxing or trying to learn animation. But then there's other times where I completely switch and it's like content all the time. I need to get something out like right now.
Because you almost feel that urgency of like, oh, it's been 4 months and I haven't, or like, let's be real, it's been 9 months since I've made anything.
Dude, I haven't put anything on the Shablambo channel in like a year, bro. Dang. And before that it was like 2 years. It's slowly been trickling off.
You gotta do diss tracks of people in this area and get the...
Diss tracks are dead.
No.
I can't do them anymore.
That's what you should...
They take a piece of my soul every
in the
time.
agreement, it should be in tiny print, like, I get to write a diss track about you. No litigation.
For those who don't know, I have a guest release form now. We're taking this official. So
I think it's great. I genuinely think it's really great.
Yeah.
It was well written. Yeah. Well articulated.
ChatGPT did that.
I thought you lawyered up or you got like some learned man with glasses and
really
a briefcase.
I want a lawyer to look over all my contracts so I can be like, this will hold up in court.
That's so crazy.
You sign this and we're chilling. But I have to pay for like a e-sign, DocuSign service. Yeah. And it's like $15 a month, and podcast ain't making a dime.
So much money. $15
I'm already paying
a month?
$20 a month for the recording of the virtual podcast. So more
$15
bills I don't really.
Lot. Yeah, dude.
I don't need at the moment because I'm not sending out big checks or receiving big checks.
I'm right there with you. $15 a month is too much.
Yeah.
I mean, what's that, like PlayStation Online?
Yeah.
Like,
I got bills as it is. So
yeah.
Don't need to attack anything else.
It sounds like you like your job and it pays decent. And I don't know. I think it's cool that you get to kind of do your own schedule and.
Yeah, I'm working at FedEx, by the way. For those who don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's cool. I also like hanging out with young adults that are, they're working jobs and stuff. It's a little bit of a different life than just being a college student. Yeah. Not trying to take away the light from college students, but Yeah. The rat race is something.
I feel like when a lot of people see a content creator who posts consistently, but it's not like their job, they don't see the work that goes behind that. Because to get started with even just this podcast, I had to work to get all this stuff. It's not like
it doesn't just come easy, and then also the setup, getting like the logistics of stuff, and then just taking the time to get this all set up and running, and hoping Audacity is okay. And yeah.
I think I've got a pretty good system down though.
I think so too, man. I'm really excited to see the double camera action too.
Yeah.
I mean, oh, dude, if you got that AI that did the cuts automatic, save your life.
I might just do it myself.
Yeah,
it took me like 4 hours for the last podcast to do. How long does it take you to cut through a podcast? Like the
Solis one took me maybe.
Oh, okay.
But that was also an hour and 8 minute podcast.
You could just be weird artsy weirdo and just have both shots on the screen at the same time. Yeah. I don't know. I'm weird.
I mean, there is the option for that with the software I was using, but I don't know. I feel like it looks better when you're switching back and forth.
That looks more, I don't know.
It takes the feeling away that it's also, like
it's more natural too, because if someone's talking in a room, you're like looking here, you're looking here. You know what I mean? Like you're not like staring at one eye like this and seeing them both at once. So yeah,
definitely, yeah. So future music plans? What you got in the works?
I got another tune. I'll play it if you want. I don't know if you guys are tuned out or not. But like I said, just trying to keep the momentum. Like a lot of people I respect, like Jaka. He keeps it moving. He keeps making singles. He keeps releasing stuff. He keeps performing. I think that's great. I think that's refreshing. Making albums is great, but it takes a lot of time. And also you got to keep a momentum. And that's about being like in this day and age, you got to be like, accept like things are going to be a little different than like, back in the day where they release records all the time. Like, so
Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna just try to keep momentum and keep making stuff and just be where I'm at. You know what I mean? And not, you know,
it takes a lot of creative energy to make something that is like a set of something. So like if it's like a single piece, it doesn't require as much energy to put together as like
100%.
multiple pieces that form.
And then you're like, is this a cohesive album?
Yeah,
and then, I don't know. You just got to keep stuff moving. And I'm not saying I won't make albums. I am going to make albums, but just keeping momentum and keep doing stuff and keeping stuff current and, you know. Yeah.
So how was 2023 for your year as an artist?
Oh, well, I guess I'll talk about something I haven't talked about yet. I'm a hairstylist. I'm a licensed barber and hairstylist. So I've been, cutting hair for a bit, but I've been working at JCPenney salon, just cutting hair and stuff, and that's occupied a lot of my time, which is sad. But I've been really trying to, in order for me to be productive, I have to put myself on a schedule and set deadlines and stuff. And
I completely agree 100%.
Especially when it comes to stuff that isn't necessarily as more of like a passion thing and less of like, oh, I need to pay my bills. Like it's when it's something where you're, putting your time into it. I need to make arrangements with people, set deadlines and stuff. And that's really what I'm trying to do. Now that's 2024 because 2023 was.
I feel you with the podcast. I think I got like maybe 6-7 episodes out last year. And the majority of that was just waiting for them to get back to me because I didn't like say all the information I needed to up front.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of stuff that had to be worked out.
Because you want to be respectful and you want to make sure you have like all their permission and stuff. That's why the form's smart, man.
Yeah. And so I think I'm going to try and streamline it and do at least 2 episodes a month for
That's killer.
For the whole year.
That's a great pace. Like bi-weekly.
Definitely.
Killer. That's really killer. And then also being able to interview people from different places. And because you showed me a clip of it's unreleased, the guy from South Africa. I'm not familiar with his name.
It came out last Friday, by the way.
In terms of did it come out last Friday? Is it out?
When this is out.
Okay. Friday. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, it came out last Friday. Check out last Friday's. But the quality seemed really nice. It seemed because sometimes my thing is sometimes it's hard to. You ever see those podcasts where it's the Zoom? Because he was recording on his end, right?
So how it did it was it recorded locally from both sides. So neither of us had to do anything. I just press record and the software does it from both ends.
Because I see people they screen record the Zoom video and then I know.
Dude, I've tried so many ways. The first virtual podcast I did, it was with this guy named 90 Second Mycology. Mm-hmm. And he grows mushrooms on YouTube and stuff.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so he that went all right. I had to do 2 takes like I did with this, but we weren't doing a video podcast, so it was just audio. I just had to record our call, and it was all right quality. But that was done over Google Meet, and it wasn't great. And then I did the same thing with Vocoder. And that wasn't great either. And then I flopped with the BArt one because I did the same thing on Google Meet, but it didn't record the video. It only recorded the audio. And then fast forward to me finding Riverside, and it just like changed everything.
I really think in terms of quality and just not having it crackle up and have glitches, and it was just like
Zoom is terrible for anything other than like
just saying hello, or just seeing someone's face. It's terrible for music. Terrible. You'll be on FaceTime with somebody, they're like, "You want to hear something?" And it's the most tinny, like horrible thing ever. It's like, send me a snap, man. Like I can't hear it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, you got anything else you want to talk about?
I don't know. I still think you should do a podcast with Soup. Do you know Supreme Soup? He's a local rapper. He's so cool. He's so cool. I'll put you in contact with Soup. I want to hear Soup on this because I've seen him on other podcasts. He's just really cool. He's super cool. Honestly, maybe you could beatbox and you could freestyle or something like that would just warm my heart.
Love doing that.
Because he's really dope. He's really dope. Yeah.
So, do you want to wrap it up? I mean,
yeah.
If there's anything else that I've missed, then let me know.
I'm gonna be that guy, but I have merchandise.
You have merch? I got merch. I didn't even know you have merch.
This is what is gonna get me sued in the end, but I got Weiss or Die. And
Bro, you're
it
gonna
gets bad. It gets bad. There's a Lego logo in here too. There's a
Dude,
bootleg Lego logo.
Dude,
but
hold up.
okay.
I need you to.
I'm gonna get sued, but I got the Weiss or Die merch. I wanted to do a series that was like instead of like colors, it was like flavors. So I got blueberry, kiwi, and strawberry. And I'm not making no money. I'm losing money. So if you want to support me, support me. And yeah, and I got hoodies too, but they're so limited, and I sold them to a bunch of my friends. So I only got a couple more. I don't know if I'm gonna do more. Or...
Merch is fire, dude. That's.
Did I show you this last? Was this here last time? I don't know.
I don't think you had merch last time. Maybe you had merch last time, but I didn't see it. The Lizard Man?
The Lizard Man shirt.
Yo, we didn't talk about the Lizard Man.
Yo, the Lizard Man.
Yo,
and then it's got Lindsey on there. And then
that's fire.
When I was like, maybe like 3, I created this character named Heartman. So this is Heartman over here. The ones that I actually made are a little different. They got color, but this is the sample one.
That's so fire. I love the color on it too.
Bruh, come on.
Lego can't sue you. You're chilling.
Yeah. I feel like I'm a big fan. I wrote a song about you guys. Nah.
Well, tell them about the Lizard Man.
Oh, the Lizard Man. So the Lizard Man is a tune that I wrote in a closet, and I don't know what came to me. It's so funny because creativity is just kind of like random. Like I feel like people like think you're creative if you just like have a random thought or feeling and then you just go for it. Like I was talking about the scorpion arms in the video. I was just sitting at work and I'm like, what would look cool in a video? And I was like, oh, scorpion arms look cool. And then I drew them and then I made them. Like it was.
That's what you gotta do sometimes.
You know what I mean? It does look cool. But the Lizard Man, I was just like, I don't know why, but I was just like, I want to make a song that's weird. And then lizards pop into my head, and it's a tune I made. I made a video for it. It's one of the songs I'm most known for. It's obnoxious. It's fun. It's weird.
It's a great song.
You remember the video a little bit?
I remember the video.
Yeah,
Toaster in the bathtub.
Yeah, that's why you gotta be goofy, because it sticks with you, right?
Yeah, that's. I don't think I'm ever gonna forget the Lizard Man.
Oh, thanks for playing up.
Yeah. Well, you've already plugged your merch.
I plugged the merch. I plugged the music. Lizard Man scared you off. Yeah.
Anything else you want to plug?
That's pretty much it, friend. Like,
all right,
pretty dope.
Social medias will be in. Just scroll right now. Yeah. Use your little mouse or your swipey. Just get down there. Click. Dude, you don't need to watch the rest of this. This is over. Go click the link.
Yeah. Hit that button. Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah. Go check out his music right now.
Oh, thanks, brother. Brother.
Thanks for coming on the show.
No, dude, it's an absolute pleasure.
This has been Highly Intelligent with Lindsey Thomson. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching.
Peace out,
I'll see
swag.
you next time.
Peace out, swag.